fucking dryer turns on right whenever I'm trying to film this. Right before I'm going to work, too. So this is fun. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Demonetized simply because I don't give a fuck, and welcome back to my channel. I am getting ready to go to work to my serving job, and this reminded me of a story that I kind of been wanting to tell for a little bit that I love telling of at my first serving job. The worst table I have ever fucking had. If you're a server, you have a similar story to this. If not, just buckle in and listen to this one. Even if you are and you already have a story like this, let's just compare. Just compare stories. So, let's get into it. I will be changing the names of things if any names come up, simply because I don't want to get sued if anyone randomly sees this. Even if this particular franchise is smaller, I don't want to get caught in case someone knows and it's like, you made our company look bad. I don't want to hear it. I'm very small. I have a very small channel. I don't even think I have a subscriber at this point. So yeah, we're not gonna say any names at all. Also, you like my hair? I straightened it. I mean, it's not gonna stay like this. I'm definitely gonna put something back in, but I had to give it a break from all the braids. But yeah, it looks really cute. Also, look at this highlight. Just saying. So, let's get into it. So, I was working at this place, and we're going to call it the Wright Brothers for the moment. Just, there's a plane mentioned in the name, so I'm going to call it Wright Brothers. I was working at Wright Brothers, and I was a server, and this was actually my last day. I had put in my 2 weeks. I was done with the place. I didn't like how the management was working. I didn't like how they were treating servers, and specifically servers' time. Of like, if you were doing a double, that didn't automatically mean that you were getting out first. And even though it had always meant that, and the way they were treating side work, and some people were getting out of things and some people weren't, I didn't like that. I was sick of it. I said, I'm gonna leave. It's a low level job. I can get any low level job I want. That's why they're low level, because you can, like that, I can change up however I want. I've always had that mentality. Me before you. With that in mind, like I said, it was my last day, and this place had a policy. Keep this in mind. They had a policy of over 12, you automatically got gratuity tip. After 12 people, you got 20%, and you automatically got tipped, because then it was guaranteed that you got your server's worth and the entire thing, which was really nice. I never got it, and I worked there for 6 to 9 months, and I never got a party over 12. I got 10. I didn't, which kind of bothered me. On my last day, though, they were like, hey, you get a party of 15. I was like, cool, finally get that automatic gratuity. That's gonna be nice. And I was really happy and excited. I was like, okay, what a nice way to end my last day here. I was wrong. Obviously, I was wrong. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling the story time. Oh my god, I was wrong. Here's the thing with that Kirishima. This was the worst table I have ever had to date. They were terrible. So they walk in, and at first they said it's going to be a party of 10. Now, I know I said that it was going to be a party of 15, but at first it started off as a party of 10, and it ended at a party of 20. Do you have any idea how irritating that is? Oh my god, don't do that. When you walk in, know how many people you're going to have. Please know how many people you're going to have, because it's an issue of space. Can I handle other tables while I'm doing you, or do I have to focus on you specifically? What is happening? What's going on? So they walk in, they're already loud, rambunctious, and just irritating, to say the least. I'm mad thinking about it. Can you tell how angry I am? They walk in, they were already rambunctious, and just whatever. They all sit down. Well, the first group sits down. I say, hi, my name is Demonetized, and I will be your server for today. Can I get you started on what to drink? Yeah, sure, I get their drinks. They all immediately start talking over each other. Pet peeve, don't do that, obviously. How can I know who has what and whatever, and when you're doing this? Don't do that. But they immediately sit down, they immediately start screaming, they calm down, I get their drinks. I get the first round of drinks. I come over with like my tray of 10 drinks. I'm handing them out as best as I can. Hey, I'm sorry, who got the sweet tea? Who got the Dr. Pepper? And I'm handing it out. There was already a little thing of them coming in being loud and rambunctious, and then them talking over each other. But there's one specific lady, this is just a little irk of mine, she comes up and is like, I'm like, oh yeah, and the last one, all right, and a Pepsi. She specifically said light ice in her Pepsi. Obviously, during running around, I forgot. My bad. And she's like, send that back. I don't want, that's already too much ice for me. Don't even put it on the table. I'm like, why do you have to be that extra over a Pepsi with too much ice in it? All you had to say was, oh, I'm sorry, I wanted light ice. No problem. I can easily go back and get you a new one right that second. It's a drink. That was extra. That was annoying. That's just one of those things that bugs me. And then as more of their people come in, by the way, more than 10 as it keeps escalating, they then proceed to order. Not all at once. Not all at once. Another irritant. If you're going to order, we prefer you as the server to order all at once when everyone is there, so that way we can just quickly, like, everyone comes in, everyone gets their food. It all happens at one time, instead of being like, okay, this is ready, but yours isn't ready yet because you ordered later, but also here's this. And some things take less time than others. So if the person who ordered a steak well done, they're not going to get their food as fast as the person who ordered a seafood pasta. Because pasta takes like 2 seconds to make. Steak well done is going to take longer because you have to make sure it's well done. And steak just takes longer to cook. So now this person is mad over here because they ordered steak well done. And this person who already got their like Alfredo because it took 10 seconds instead of 10 minutes. I can't help that. I'm just handing out your food. You're the one who ordered time differently. Instead of ordering it all at once and then we bring it out all at once. But whatever. We're quickly trying to get everything and nothing is right. Now, as a server, I don't always double back and always check if it's like 1 or 2 people. Because it's 1 or 2 people. Like, I'm pretty sure I got your order right. And most of the time I do. I mean, I probably should start reading these orders back to these 1 or 2 people tables, but I don't because I forget and I'm me. But for a larger party, I will double check. Okay, you got, this is when it's specific. You got the full rack of ribs. You wanted the full rack. We had a full rack and we had a half rack. You want the full rack of ribs and you want it well done. And you also want the full rack of ribs and you want it well done. Large parties, I read that thing back because there's a lot of people. I want to make sure I got it right because if one person messes up, it throws the whole party off. I make sure to read it back. They, at the same time that everything is coming out and nothing is right, except for like these 2 people on the end, they said, oh, we only ordered 1 rack of ribs. I'm sorry, what? No, you ordered 2 because I read it back to you. And you said, yes, that was correct. And I said it's a full rack of ribs. Ribs are not small. A full rack of ribs is not small. But you decided, no, they send it back. They send like 3 things back because nothing's right. And in the chaos, this lady, oh my God. And then meanwhile in the chaos, this one specific person, I can see her in my head to this day, of this specific woman who came in, sat down, and was a fat ass to the fullest extent of the word. And I'm not just saying that because she was overweight. I'm saying that because she was rude and she conned her way into free food. So she was a fat ass. This woman ordered the fajitas. Here's the thing about the fajitas. They automatically come with seasoning. She said she wanted no seasoning at all whatsoever. Didn't want any seasoning. I don't want any seasoning. Fine. No problem. Okay. I put it in, no seasoning, because at that time we had a system that we could type things in. No seasoning at all. None at all. I even go in and tell the kitchen, this woman wants absolutely no seasoning whatsoever on her vegetables for her fajitas. Fine. We can do that. Now, she was also a fat ass because she got the steak, the chicken, and the shrimp. We told her how much that was going to be. We told her that was expensive and everything, and that okay, fine. We do that. We hand all the food out. We get all the food out. We get it all out. Fine. Finally, everyone is somewhat settled. No. Excuse me. Just like that. Excuse me. I said I didn't want any seasoning at all on this food. Ma'am, I checked the kitchen. They said no seasoning. And before I handed it out, they also said no seasoning. Well, there was seasoning on it. I could taste it. If anything, all we put on there was salt and pepper. Well, I said no seasoning. Keep in mind that because of all of these little switch-ups of, oh, this crab meat doesn't taste quite right. Oh, this doesn't taste quite right. We only wanted 1 stack of ribs. We didn't want 2 because they didn't want to pay for it. And they ended up splitting. That's why they sent the ribs back. The managers had been over there at least 3 times. It was to the point where normally they would have said, oh, you ate half of the fajitas, so therefore you're going to pay for that if you're going to want another one because you ate half of it. If you didn't like it, if it wasn't what you wanted, you should have said that immediately instead of eating half of it and then trying to get another one on top, because that's how you get free food. That's why companies do that. That's why if you eat the food, you don't get a refund on it because you ate it. The product is now gone. We don't resell. No one ever resells food. What happens is that's how you get free food. You ate it and now you're saying you didn't like it and you want a refund or you want more food on top. That's not how that works. That scam doesn't work anymore. It's very rarely that scam works. So with that in mind, she decided she wanted to complain about the seasoning and how she wanted not even salt and pepper on there. So I send the managers over. I'm done with this table. They're running me crazy. I had 2 other tables. They affected one table so bad, they went to the other side of the restaurant, causing me to have to go back and forth. I know they didn't give a damn. In fact, the reason that this particular table had to go to the other side of the restaurant is because someone blatantly sat on their table while they were eating. Do you have any idea how rude you have to be to sit on someone's table while they're eating their food just because someone else came in and was like, hey, you're not the only people in the restaurant. This was a busy Saturday night. And you decide, oh my God, they were loud. They were so loud. The managers were so done with them. They felt bad for me to the point where it was like, we will do anything you want to get them out of here. I was like, can you kick them out? I don't even care about getting paid right now. Can you kick them out? And I was like, sorry, we can't do that. But like, we will do anything else. I was like, can we set them on fire? Like, what are our options here? Well, obviously, we can't kick them out. Can we throw them into the pit? Can we throw them into the fire pit? Because we have a fire pit. Can I throw one of them on there? Because they're celebrating a birthday. Can I throw the birthday girl up there? Please? Apparently that wasn't an option too. I'm like, well, why not? Why is that not an option? You said we can do anything. This is anything. But I guess not. I guess you can't throw people on the fire pit for being rude. You should. They give her another plate with absolutely no seasoning, no salt, no pepper, no nothing. This is her 3rd plate, by the way. The first one, she ate like half of it and then said it had too much seasoning. And she took advantage of the chaos in that point and was able to just get it sent back and then get another one. And then the second one only had salt and pepper on it because that's the bare minimum of what they have to do. She ate all the second one, and then the third one came and then she ate all of that one. So again, a fat ass, because you took advantage of the system. You get called names. You're a fat ass. Oh my God. So that particular woman was on my nerves. And then it was someone's birthday. That's the whole reason why they came in and were loud and rude and everything in the first place. It was someone's birthday. So the birthday, and it was like, hey, do you do anything for birthdays? And on Reflex, even though I should have said no, yeah, we just give you a free sundae, which is just 2 scoops of chocolate or vanilla, and then we, bring it over, we light it with a candle, and then we sing. That's if we can get people. And it's like, oh, okay, so can you get people? Because we want to do that. We want to celebrate. I'm normally down for celebrating. I love singing, let's do it. Let's celebrate. No, because it was a very busy Saturday night. I'm like, I couldn't, if we wanted it right now, we couldn't do it. I can get you your ice cream though. Because we're all really busy. No one's going to stop right now in order to come and just sing to you really quickly. Even though it's technically our job, we're not going to do that right now. Like, they're making their money. I'm trying to make yours and get you out of here so I can go home and be done with this place. I don't want to be here anymore at the Wright Brothers. I want to go somewhere else and be free. But no, not an option. They're like, okay, we'll wait. I'm like, do you want your ice cream? No, we'll wait. They literally waited until everything calmed down for me to get like 5 people just to sing to this freaking birthday girl. And it's like, happy birthday. And it turned out to be 2 birthday girls. Cool. I really don't care about your birthday anymore. I actually want you to go away and get out so I can never see you again because you were terrible people. They took advantage of the chaos of the food and this and everything. And finally, it's time to pay. Another thing you don't do for servers is you don't move around. I don't know you. I don't know your face. I don't know what you look. I don't remember you. I see hundreds of faces a day. You think I'm going to remember you specifically? No. Unless you're very special, unless you're regular, unless you tip a lot, unless you're just like a very certain kind of face, I'm not going to remember you. They had the audacity to move around and be like, oh yeah, I was sitting over there and I'm paying for this. It got to the point I literally had to take out the freaking notepad. My other tables were gone. I couldn't take any more tables. They made me lose more money because I had to focus on them. And I had to take out my notepad and just, all right, you had this and you're paying for this person. You had this and you're paying for this person. This and this and this. Like, for 20 people. To the point I had to bring out those checks 3 times because they kept moving and changing in order for them to finally get it. And then they had the audacity to complain about the gratuity and tried to get it taken off. Like, no, you were going to tip me $5 for 20 people of work? No, that's not how this works. That's not how this is going down. You're going to pay that gratuity. In fact, you should pay extra because you were terrible. There should be a thing that if you are a certain amount of, like, awful person, that you have to tip your person, that you have to tip more. Half of these people paid in cash. Cash is a problem if I'm the one handling it. Other people are paying in card. I'm being very specific of like, if you have cash, I will get you second. Let me get all the card people first, which is what I ended up doing. I don't want to accidentally mix up, like what I told them. I don't want to accidentally mix up anybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all the credit card payments first, and then I'm going to process them. So that way I don't mix up anyone's money. They had a problem with this. Oh, why can't you just do it all at once? I just don't want to mix anything up and accidentally have a card payment pay for a cash payment. Well, why can't you just... I didn't budge on this one. I'm not going to sit here and then mess that up and have payments mixed up and then have you guys going to my manager trying to get me fired, even though it was my last day. But still, I'm not doing that. So after me insisting and them realizing they're not going to get their way on this one, even though they've been butthurt and on everything else, fine, okay, here. So one of them threw their cards at me. I wanted to throw it back and slice someone in the eyeball. I should have. I finally did that. I did that, and then I went and I got the cash payments, and then I processed them, and then... What's this gratuity thing here? Oh, that's just to ensure that I get paid for the amount of work that I did. When larger parties come in, people tend to not compensate the correct amount for the amount of work that the server has to do. So this company specifically has chosen to put gratuity over parties of 12. There's a sign right there, and I pointed to the sign. There's a sign right there that states this policy, and I believe that the host, which she did, the host told you about this policy whenever you walked in or once you guys became a party of 12 or over. And it was like, no, we didn't say that. And to which the host looked behind and was like, yes, I did. The manager was like, because the manager happened to be passing by. The manager was even like, I'm sorry, I remember her telling you this. And in fact, I was the one who told you also about this once you guys got bigger, that she is going to get compensated for the amount of work that she did, which is true. Okay, I did a lot of work for you guys, only to get 20%. No, it should have been like 30%, 50% even of all your checks. But no. They were mad about it, realized they weren't going to get their way, and all got up and stormed off. And I heard them complaining about it as they left the building. You were 20 people, and you were going to try to tip me $5 on 20 people. $5 is not an acceptable amount of money for that much work. $5 is not going to solve everything. $5 is not going to save the world. $5 is not going to pay my bills. You were 20 people. You stayed for 3 hours. You cost... In fact, that is still underpaying me because that was 3 hours. The amount of tables I could have had in that time could have doubled what I got from your check. I don't want your money, in fact. I want you to leave. I wanted to throw you in the fire pit, but apparently we can't do that. So they finally leave. They left the table a complete mess. They didn't let me pick up anything. I was trying to pre-bus and trying to pick up these plates as you were eating to make things easier when you left, but you didn't want to do that. You wanted to keep everything on the table, which I don't understand. But you wanted me to get you 50 cups, 50 drinks, and didn't want me to pick up anything. Okay, cool. That's just because you're rude. The cleanup was a mess. While they were there was terrible. It took so long that whenever they finally were done, the managers were like, you can leave. I was like, cool. I'm not doing side work and I'm not doing silverware today. And they were like, we completely understand. Goodbye, have a nice life. We know it's your last day. Sorry for all this happened. I was like, no, fuck this place. And that's why I never went back. Because to me, that was a sign of like, they told me when I was leaving, if you ever want to come back, you can. Because even though you make a lot of mistakes, I'm not the best server. Even though I made a lot of mistakes, I'm really good with customer rapport and keeping customers happy. No, that last table was a sign for me of saying never go back there. And I'm glad I didn't, because the place that I'm at now, someone from the Wright brothers is working at my place now, and they're like, you're lucky you left what you did and you never came back. I told her I thought about going back, like right after COVID and when I really needed a job. And she was like, no, that's when things were the worst. But I remembered that table and I didn't go back, so that's why. So yes, that was the worst table I have ever had ever. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this story. If you want to hear more service stories, let me know. I'm just gonna put them out probably, because there's so much more. There's so much more. Serving gives you a lot of good stories. Links to my OnlyFans and Twitter down below, and love thy neighbor as thyself, because obviously this table didn't, so you gotta make up for them. All right, bye.